First story. My best friend and boyfriend cheated on me, and my entitled mom supported them and told me to move and don't ruin their friendship. I lost it and said, would she be okay if dad cheated with her friends? Then dad revealed their secret cheating. My 23F friend and same age was like a sister to me. We have known each other since we were 4. We were partners in crimes. We knew everything about each other. We even decided to become each other's kids' godmothers. When I was 17, I started dating a guy from my neighborhood L. He was also my father's friend's son. That's how we met. I had a crush on him since I was 15. She knew about it. In fact, she was the one who insisted I talk to him. She encouraged me to ask him out. I did. We started dating at 17. Everything was good. I thought I had found my soulmate. But I noticed something different when we were in our 4th year of dating. He acted kind of distant. I thought the pressure from the university was stressing him out. I tried to cheer him up and try to be intimate, but he would just brush it off. At one point, I accidentally looked at his phone while I was trying to make a call. I came across hundreds of messages between him and M. They also sent each other naked pics. I felt really disgusted. I couldn't confront him because I knew he would deny it. Then one day, I went to his house to surprise him. There, I saw him and L, who were almost naked on the couch. They were probably in the middle of foreplay when I walked in. They were both shocked to see me, as if they had seen a ghost. I cannot explain the rage I was feeling. I felt like I was about to faint. Instead, I went out. They both tried to chase me down with the classic, "It's not what it looks like." Oh really? You guys are nakedly cuddling and eating each other's faces. I wonder what it is. I was thankfully with my sister, who saw me coming. I told her to take me home. There I cried with my sisters. I have too. I told them everything. They were really empathetic. They asked me if I had screenshots. I told them yes. They told me to keep it and also told me to message him and my friend that we were done. I did as they told me. According to my sister's advice, I told all our mutual friends about it. It was chaos. I was broken and devastated. I would cry all day and not eat. I was betrayed by my best friend and the love of my life. But somehow, betrayal from M really hurt the most. After digging up the drama that transpired, I got to know how disgusting and vile L was. I cannot list everything here because of the word limit. I came to the realization that he had so many red flags that I ignored them. That kind of helped me heal. L also came to my house a few times, but my sister told him if he kept bothering us, she would call the cops. My father knew about all of this and was very supportive. I didn't want him to stop his friendship with L's dad, but L cannot be in our house anymore. I will not be in the same room as him. It took me a while, but I healed. I did lose a lot of friends because some of them took M's side, and I have 2 good friends who actually helped me. Plus, I was very thankful to have 2 amazing sisters. I went out with my friends, started working out, and even some forums helped me. I stayed away from dating for a year. I am currently happy and in a relationship with someone. I thought I left the whole thing behind. But my mom keeps insisting I forgive him. You see, M's mom and my mom are really good friends. After I told my mom about M's betrayal, she was supportive, but also sad that she might have to stop talking to her friend. I told her not to. Regardless of what M did, her mom is very sweet. She even apologized on her behalf. I was never rude to her when she came home, but M is also not allowed in our house. Now my mom thinks I should forgive her. She always says to M's mom that they wish things went back to the way they were. My mom kept pushing that I forgive her and not ruin our friendship over a stupid boy. I mean, why should I? She knows I hate people who betray and cheat. Yet she did it behind my back. She claims that just because I am in a relationship, I should just forget. Otherwise, I will become a bitter person. My sister's is on my side. My father says the decision is up to me. I don't know what I will do. Yes, I do miss what M and I had. But I still haven't forgiven her for what she did. It just hurts knowing my mom wants me to forgive after knowing everything that has happened. Just to add more context. 1. M and L hooked up on her birthday when she broke up with her ex. She did tell me she was sorry, and things just happened. She was lonely, and he was there to comfort her. 2. In case you are wondering what L did and why he had red flags, it is because he criticized me a lot. It was either about my looks or my ambitions. I once told him I wanted to write a book, and he mocked me. I brushed it off since he had a dark sense of humor. 3. L kept a spreadsheet of all the girls we knew in our circle, even at his university. He would rate them based on their looks. It was shared among his friends. Yes, I was on that list too. It made me really insecure. 4. Some of my and M's mutual friends knew about their affair. but kept it from me. That's why I cut a whole lot of them off. Update. A few days ago, when I posted this on my main page, many people asked for an update. So here it is. I knew I could not allow him into my life. No matter what mom says, something weird happened, so I had to post an update. This is going to be long, so I went home this week. My older sister was already there. She told me my mom wanted to invite Em and her mom into our house. My dad refused because he didn't want to betray me. I was angry at my mom for how she could do it to me. We all sat down. I told my mom how it felt to be betrayed by my friend. I told her that I was not asking her to stop seeing Em's mom, but she should just stop forcing me to be friends with her. It's not going to happen. Even if I forgive her, I will not be her friend. She will not be welcomed in our house. She got mad and said we should learn to let go of the past. I also asked her what would happen if Em's mom had an affair with Dad, and you walked in on them while they were doing it. I expected her to be mad, but her expression was shocking. I don't know how to describe it. It is as if I predicted something. My dad stepped in and said, "You should tell her now. She is old enough to know." Then I heard the entire history of Mom, Dad, and Em's mom. Em's mom was a serial cheater. She cheated on her ex-husband with multiple men. My mom didn't know. She did have hints, but she never confronted her. Apparently she got pregnant with affair partner's baby and tried to pass it on as Em's father's. But Em's father was smart. He did a DNA test on the baby Em's half-brother, and the truth came out. My mom did berate her for that, but Em's mom was very remorseful. She begged and pleaded with her husband to stay, but he didn't. I looked up this dude on social media, and he is filthy rich. Probably Batman kind of rich without all the gadgets. He hired a lawyer and also had a prenup. Em's mom didn't get a single dime for alimony, but he did pay child support for a while. He didn't want custody because Em technically knew about her mother's affair, but didn't say anything. Em was 7 when it happened. She would always talk about her dad, number 2. I never knew. Probably because I thought that she was talking about her uncle or something. Em's dad only got the visitation he wanted. But Em stopped going when she turned 15. My mom helped her get back on her feet because she was broke, and Em's child support only supports her, and not the entire family. 3 years after their divorce, Em's dad got married again to someone younger than Em's mom. I also dug up his name and saw that he was happy with his new family. So the day he got married, Em's mom went into deep depression. She was very drunk, and that bee tried to make a move on my dad. My dad pushed her away. My dad told my mom, but she denied that something like that had happened. Until Em's mom called and apologized for her behavior. She forgave her. But according to my dad and older sister, she would still make excuses to get closer to my dad. My sisters spent their time keeping her away from Dad. Dad never liked her for what she did. Her husband was my dad's business partner at that time. Dad only tolerated her for Mom and my sake. So back to our conversation, I looked at my mom, and she told me that it was different because my dad never had an affair. I asked if she would have forgiven her if the affair had happened. She was silent. I asked her to give me an actual reason why she thought I should forgive him. Then she told me the truth. Em's mom has been sort of blackmailing Mom to cut off contact with her. My mom doesn't have many friends in town. Em's mom was her best friend. According to her logic, she cannot be in a house where her daughter is not invited. Also, as I mentioned in one of the comments, my mom had a miscarriage when I was 4 years old. Em's mom helped her a lot during that time. When my mom was jaded, she would clean her house and bring Em. That's how we became friends. My mom pretty much saw Em as her 4th child. She was probably trying to fill the space that her miscarriage left. So losing Em felt like losing her baby again. That's why she wants us to reconcile. Not because of Em, but also because she is afraid her friendship will come to an end. I was very upset by it, but I understood her. I told her Em's mom is welcome here anytime, though I have no respect for her now. But Em will not set foot in this house. And I told her to get therapy because she had a very unhealthy attachment to Em. I was conflicted. I was disappointed in Em's mom. She seems like a really nice lady. When Elle cheated on me, I remember crying to her. She consoled me and felt genuinely sorry. So I did something out of the blue. I texted Em's mom that I wanted to meet her alone. We went to a public place. My sister knew. She told me to record the conversation. It is not illegal here, so I met her. I told her everything my mom told me. I also told her that she is welcome in our house, but she cannot bring Em. She didn't try to argue. She told me she should have known. She never wanted her daughter to become like her. Her infidelity has made her life hell. Em could have had a beautiful childhood if she never cheated on her husband. Her husband was a great guy. She still feels guilty about doing this to him. She wishes she could go back in time and undo her mistake. I said that even though I don't have the same amount of respect for her, I don't mind having her around. My family is okay with that. The woman started crying. She finally spilled the beans after a year. She told me she knew about him, and she knew L was cheating on me with him. She told her daughter to stop it, but M said she was only FWB with L, and they will stop in a few weeks. Her mother told her that if she continues this, then she better conceal it properly. She only allowed this because she knew her daughter had an obsession with L. She thought it would help M get this obsession out of her system. I was fuming. I wanted to yell, but I kept my cool. She knew this the entire time, and not once did she mention it. I asked her about her flirting with my dad. That's when she showed me what a snake she truly is. I pressed her and berated her for trying to destroy my mom's marriage. Once she had enough, she yelled that my mom didn't deserve any of this. She is very lame and boring. She was only friends with her because she pitied her. My mom comes from a poor household. She doesn't have much education. She went to a very underfunded college, but M's mom went to a prestigious college. She is not even at her mom's level. She said my dad doesn't deserve a street rat like her. I wanted to leave, but I wanted to take everything on the recording. But I had enough. I told her, more or less, and yelled at her that she was not welcome in our house. She is a liar and a cheater, and so is her daughter. I cannot believe this woman. She has been manipulating my mom all this time. As soon as I got home, I told my mom everything about this. My mom refused to believe her friend would say something. My sister, who is a freaking genius, played the audio. I now understand why she told me to record. After hearing the entire thing, she grabbed her phone and called her. She yelled. I could hear words like slot and W in my native language. She said that if she sees her again, she will rip her eyes out. It was kind of shocking. 1 minute she was praising her, and then she was yelling. But moreover, I am happy she cut off all the toxicity. I feel bad for mom. I can relate because we both lost close friends. We sat down and chatted. She told me how being a psalm was difficult for her to make friends with. M was her close friend. She always looked up to her because she was really popular in our community. She wanted to be like her. My dad always disliked that. My mom also told me that she was sorry. She was selfish. She enabled her so much that she hurt her own daughter. She feels guilty. I understand her. My dad said that she is putting her on therapy because she clearly has some trauma from her miscarriage and also from her childhood. I told her that she could still make great friends. She cut off all her friends for M's mom. I told her to try and reconnect with them. I am also going to spend some time with her too, in case she doesn't feel alone. All of this drama has made me realize I have a great dad. I have a newfound respect for him. Even when he was vulnerable, he never gave in to M's mother's flirting. He helped my mom when she had a C-section with me. He understands that being a psalm is difficult. He loves her regardless. Many people speculated if my mom was a cheater or not, but let me clarify. That is not the case. She is very loyal to my dad. She was the oldest of 7 siblings, and she had to keep her family together at all costs. Hence, her pressure on me to forgive him. Also, as for my ex, he texted me on my birthday last month. He wished me a happy birthday and said that he was sorry for what he did. He also said that M is a great girlfriend who helped him after our breakup and helped him heal. There was like an entire paragraph of him praising him. And to quote him, I do not regret loving you. It is because of you that I learned how to love. That's why I am able to become such a good partner to M. I hope someday you will find someone good enough for you. I wish you all the best. What a clown. I showed this to my boyfriend. He laughed and said, I guess his wish has come true. I do not care if they marry or have like 100 babies. I am done with them. Someone pointed out that they did a huge favor because they are both trash and deserve each other. It's true. At least they won't be wasting other people's time with their toxicity. As for me, I am doing fine. I am planning a trip with my boyfriend and friends after my finals. And thanks to all of you who messaged me and commented. Also, I don't know if this counts as karma, but M got into a fight with one of her friends she knew about the affair. My friend went to a party this week. She told me M and a friend of hers had a fight. Apparently, that friend accused her of stealing her boyfriend. According to my friend, they were not doing anything other than chatting. The girl came on to M and said, well, I should have known, given your history as a man stealer. This is now her reputation. Even if she tried to say she wasn't flirting, no one was buying it. Lol. Update. Lessons I have learned so far. Hello, this is my first time in this sub. I'm not sure how to start because there is a lot to unwrap. But if you want to know my story, here it is. Just a quick recap. My 23-year-old boyfriend, L, cheated on me with my best friend, M, whom I have known since I was 4. A lot of the people in my friend group knew about it. It caused some drama and also revealed a lot of secrets in our family. Especially in my family. Not that exciting. It has been almost 2 years since that happened, and looking back, I've come a long way. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. D-Day, I think. I learned about their dirty dancing when I found her naked pics on his phone. I didn't want to believe him. The day I went to confront them was the day I saw them almost naked doing foreplay. It just made me numb. Like it was a bad dream. 2 people are closest to me. My best friend, whom I trusted with all my heart, who has been there for me through every hardship and low in my life, and the guy I thought was going to be my soulmate. I honestly thought we were going to be one of those couples who would be like high school sweethearts and live together for the rest of their lives. Well, that was my stupidity in trusting him and thinking life was like a fairy tale. When I saw them together, they were shocked. As if they saw a ghost. I didn't say anything. I just went outside, got into the car, and told my sister to drive. After we got home, I cried as if someone I loved had just died. Everything I ever believed was a lie. My whole relationship felt like a lie. I had no idea what I would do next. Luckily, I had my sister, who comforted me. I was jilted. I couldn't eat. The image of them being naked and kissing just played in my head like a broken recorder. I wanted to shut my brain so that I wouldn't think about it. I was like that for the first few months. It felt like they were mocking me. Haha, look at stupid throwaway disappointed. She has no idea what we are doing. She is so dumb. Why did he do that? Was I never enough for him? I did everything for him. I was never a nagging girlfriend. Even his friends liked me. Was all those 4 years a lie? All those times he told me that he loved me, the times when he would compliment me, was it all a lie? I kept finding faults in myself. It must have been something I did. So anyway, I blocked both of them from everything. They tried to contact me. I shut them down because I was not ready. If I saw any one of them, I would probably just commit a felony or worse. It took me a while. But I thought I should get my closure, so I did contact them separately. I met him first. She said she was sorry, and that she wanted to end things, but L kept pursuing her. Her excuse was that she broke up with her boyfriend, and then hooked up with L because she was lonely. Yeah, you ruined my relationship because you were lonely. Some good friends you are. L's explanation was the one that broke me more. He did say he was sorry. But here is where I messed up. I asked him, was she better than me in bed? His response was yes. He further told me that sleeping with me was very bland. I had no bobs. It's almost like I am a boy. I agree. I am a late bloomer. I am very skinny for my age. He told me I was prettier than him, but I was not as adventurous as she is. This created a whole new insecurity in me. I started to hate my body. I stopped looking in the mirror. I almost made a vow that I would become a nun and never have sex. Yeah, I was in a bad place. I felt worthless, to say the least. I lost all hope in myself. I mean, who wants to be with someone who is bad in bed? Red flags I ignored. I only realized his red flags after I broke up with him. At one point, he started to become distant. He would always be on his phone. He would never initiate intimacy, and whenever I did, he would push me away. Overall, he was a shy person. He would hardly receive my calls when he was with her. Moreover, he would mock me. I am pursuing a career in computer science. He joked on some occasions that I would never make it, because this field is not for girls. I laughed because I thought they were jokes. He also joked about how my wish to write a book one day was so stupid and unrealistic. He would make comments about my body. I started gaining weight due to my health condition. He would criticize me for that as well. I also noticed he would check on other girls too. I don't know if this counts as a red flag, but I had a lot of female friends. He would say they are his best friend. I always found that suspicious. I don't know why. After breaking up with him, I realized how shy he was toward me. I was always the one trying to make an effort for him. He once forgot my birthday and made the excuse that he was busy at work. In reality, he just forgot. I didn't say anything because he compensated for that in the most mediocre way. How I moved on. I cried for many days. I remember that getting out of bed was really hard. I lost a friend and a boyfriend. Moreover, I lost a good circle because they knew about their affair and didn't tell me. I had a large group of friends, and now I was left with 2. They are good people. But it hurts when I don't have my best friend, with whom I shared almost everything. Guys, it is okay to mourn the relationship you lost. Give yourself the time to grieve. Don't take any huge steps during this period. Go ahead and cry and moan on your pillow. Eat whatever junk you want. But give it a time limit. I know that it doesn't happen. But my sister told me to grieve for 2 months like this, and then get my arse back in the real world. I agree. It took more than 2 months, but after 2 months, I had to decide whether I had to function or not. I tried to shift my focus from everything to my studies. Even that was hard. I couldn't. I still cried a lot. I would space out while doing something, thinking about all the wild sex they must be having. I went to therapy. It helped to an extent. I didn't date for like a year. I used that time to better myself. I learned how to code. I learned how to play the keyboard. It was a good distraction from everything. I also joined a gym because I was gaining weight. My sisters and those 2 of my friends took me on a trip to the beach. We had a lot of fun. A change of environment was nice. I became much closer to those 2 friends with whom I hardly talked in the past and apologized for not being good friends. I was healing slowly. I got rid of every memory I possessed of him. I burned the bridges. I tried to rediscover myself. He did come and say he wanted to work things out. I guess wasn't what he thought she was. I was tempted to take him back. Not gonna lie, he was out of my league. But my sister handled it. She told him to never show his face. Otherwise, she would call the police. I was in different forums, asking for advice. I met some nice people who found better partners after being cheated on. That gave me a bit of hope. I didn't engage in flings and ons. I did once, but it made me feel more empty inside. So I never did that. Eventually, when I felt ready after a year, I started dating someone new. Now we are together. Please don't do these. 1. Don't think their cheating is your fault. 2. Don't go to social media to stalk them. I made that mistake. Seeing M and L post intimate, cute photos just felt like a bullet in my heart. I was tempted, so I unblocked them to see what they were up to. Seeing them kissing and hugging just put me in the same pit. 3. Don't compare yourself to others. I compared myself to M a lot. Just because someone looks different than you doesn't mean they are better. 4. Don't do the pick-me-up dance. Honestly, have some self-respect and don't be a doormat. I know cheaters insult to make you insecure. But remember, whatever a cheater says is a lie. So their perception of you is a lie. My uncle got cheated on by his wife multiple times. He gave her 2 second chances, but she still left him broken. Now he drowns himself in alcohol. Cheaters don't deserve a second chance. 5. Don't take them back, like ever. They are like a tumor that is going to suck the life out of you. 6. Don't do anything stupid, like violence or deleting evidence. Honestly, this is more crucial for people who are married. Don't destroy the evidence that you have about them. Use them. 7. Don't date if you are not ready yet. 8. Don't let them control the narrative. 9. Don't think your life is over and your time is wasted. I know it will go against almost everyone's ideology, but I learned a lot from this mess. I learned who my real friends are and what red flags to avoid. The process of rebuilding myself from this wreck made me a better person. 10. Do not drink alcohol. I swear, this is the worst thing that you can do. Do not use any intoxicating stuff to forget the pain. Forgetting the pain for a short moment is not the same thing as healing. Alcohol and drugs will not heal you. They will destroy you. Things I learned about myself. After getting into a new relationship, I learned that I was not bad at sex. He was bad at communicating. I realized sex with L was sort of robotic. Even if I would orgasm, it just felt me. But with my new boyfriend, he is better at communicating with me. We share our thoughts about intimacy, our likes and dislikes. I realized that I might not be so bad at sex after. I just had a bad partner. It is nice to have someone who actually listens to you and teaches you a few tricks. I realized how much better I deserved. The world I created in my head with L was nothing. It was all a sham. I also learned never to doubt yourself or think you are less than someone else. Honestly, that was a hard part. I am still insecure, but I am working on it. I learned about my true potential. L almost had me convinced I was too stupid to be good at anything. But I am good at multiple things after I explored a lot of hobbies. Also, I learned that therapy works wonders if you find a good therapist. I had a bad one who was always criticizing me. After I changed to a good one, it worked wonders for my mental health. I was doubting myself less. Things I learned about cheaters. They are very insecure people. Nothing you ever do is going to be good enough for them. Everything they say is a lie. They try to manipulate the situation by saying, monogamy is not a norm in nature. Yeah, L tried to use it on me. It is better to just ignore them and pretend that they are dead. When cheaters are confronted with their actions, they always deny, gaslight, and try to shift the blame. Remember, This is their tactic to win against you. Don't let them win. They are selfish. They think they deserve the world. Their reality starts to shatter when you expose them in public. They try to control the narrative. They try to make themselves look good. For them, you are Plan B. Don't be with someone who looks at you like Plan B. Sorry for this long post. I hope whoever reads this, I just want to say it gets better. It is not your fault that they cheated on you. It's just their nature to be disgusting. Also, I see a lot of married people who stay for the kids with their cheating spouses. I suggest you don't. You are teaching your kids a very wrong lesson. They should just settle for someone else's leftovers and someone who is not faithful. You are teaching them that it is okay to cheat because the cheaters suffer no consequences. For your own mental health, it is not good. If you are not in a good headspace, you cannot be a good parent either. I saw firsthand how attempting reconciliation fails horribly, so I wouldn't recommend it. I hope you guys are doing well and surviving well. I hope you find peace in real life. Update in R true off my chest. My results in college are deteriorating, and I don't know what to do. I always struggled with insecurities and had problems learning. I would usually get distracted while doing anything. I would always be on my phone, even if I didn't want to. I just scroll like a zombie. My main issue is that I am terrified of learning new things. Ever since I was a kid, I would always fail at everything. I was an average student, but that wasn't enough for my parents. I am now exhausted. I can't keep up with my schedule. My GPA is gradually decreasing. I used to have 3.75 out of 4. Now it's 3.1. I know people will say it's good enough, but not good enough for me to get a chance to do masters abroad like I always wanted. I am scared to learn new things because in the back of my head, it just goes, give up. You were never meant for it. You will fail like you always do. I can't do this anymore. I have only 2 semesters left. Any hopes of getting a good CGPA are gone now. Every semester, my confidence just gets crushed, and it affects my performance. I just wanted to rant because I got my results today. I wasn't happy to see it. I hate myself. Probably will remain a burden to my parents. Second story. OP's sister's bachelorette party is a complete SHT show. For some reason, my F32 sister 23 and her fiancé 25 decided that the very best way to celebrate before getting married was to have a joint bachelor-bachelorette party. At strip clubs, they also hired a bus limo for the evening. The aftermath has been, thus far, 3 breakups, 4 people dropping out of the wedding party, 1 impending divorce, and 1 arrest. The cleaning bill for the limo was more than the original rental fee. She was crying to our mom at dinner the other day, and I snorted. I tried not to, but I honestly did. I was trying my best to just keep my mouth shut. She asked me what was so funny. I said that I wasn't sure what she expected to happen getting a group of people drunk, using illicit substances, and getting horned up watching exotic dancers. She said that I was an arsehole for judging her and her friends. I said I wasn't judging, just that literally anyone could have seen that outcome. My mom told me to apologize because my sister is having to replace most of her wedding party on the fly. I did. But I still think I'm right. AITA. Verdict. YTA. Relevant comments. Info. Is there anything other than the overall party plan that makes this likely to be a mess? Did they buy a bunch of coke and order sex workers too? Because there's no actual reason a group of adults can't go to a strip club, get tipsy, have a nice time, and not descend into chaos. Edit to add. YTA. Outrageously penguin. OP's reply fine. The maid of honor and her boyfriend did not break up. The other bridesmaid, who is married, was in an Eiffel Tower with 2 of the groomsmen. 1 groomsman has dropped out along with the bridesmaid. Her husband has left her because I guess this isn't the first time. The other groomsman in that group has nothing to give and will be attending. We are lucky that by the time the cops showed up, everything illegal had been taken, eaten, ingested, or swallowed. I stayed mostly sober and stayed with my sister all night so she could party and not do anything too stupid. My husband also attended, and I had tasked him with keeping an eye on the groom. He decided the best way to keep the groom out of trouble was to get his pants SHTing drunk, which he accomplished with the only casualties being some underwear, a sock, and a pair of levies. The bus or limo came out as the worst victim in this whole debacle. It needs a biohazard cleanup and maybe some upholstery replaced. My dad is pissed. After reading the comments, I went to see my sister this morning and gave a more sincere apology. She asked me to be the matron of honor, and I accepted. If anyone here is free on Saturday, we still need someone to sing the rose during the ceremony since my cousin is currently persona non grata. I only know about breakups from hearsay, but suffice it to say that getting a group of friends who have a lot of sexual history together and giving them drugs and alcohol, then taking them out to see naked people is a terrific idea if you are not getting married in a week. Update: 8 days later. As you may recall, my sister had a co-ed bachelorette party that went sideways. If you were hoping for more effery, you will be sorely disappointed. My father and husband had a talk with several of the miscreants that would be attending the wedding and put the fear of, if not God, then at least them into the children. We found someone to sing the rose, and my husband stepped in as a groomsman. As I commented, I did apologize to my sister for my insensitive snort and comment, and I was her matron of honor. We also got a couple of girls to fill in for the missing bridesmaids. The wedding went off beautifully, and when everything was said and done, the only real consequences were one divorce that was probably going to happen anyway, one arrest that will be pleaded to a misdemeanor, most likely, and one pair of underwear, one sock, and a pair of jeans. Sorry to disappoint. But nothing of note happened at the wedding or reception. Update on my sister's SHD show co-ed bachelorette party. The aftermath and a new wedding. Apparently, you are not allowed to do multiple updates on AmITheAsshole. But there appears to be a lot of overlap among members here. So hopefully all the people who wanted more information will find this. The divorce is final. Thank God the only children involved were the adults in their mid-20s who decided that was appropriate behavior. She is dating one of the guys from the Eiffel Tower. The other guy and his girlfriend are friends with the happy couple. My cousin and my sister made up after a few months of iciness in their relationship. My cousin is performing in a touring production of a Broadway musical. We are all proud of her career, if not her choices for classy wedding behavior. My brother-in-law has been sober since the wedding. I guess ruining his underwear, a sock, and his favorite pair of jeans was a wake-up call for his incipient alcoholism. My sister is happy that he has made that choice, as they are expecting their first child in about 2 months. My husband, who has retired from all his rodeo shenanigans, is trying to convince me that we should go to Spain so he can try running with the bulls. They are smaller than the ones he used to ride, so he feels confident he can do it. So it seems like my sister is not the only person in my life who can't imagine the consequences. I'm going to try to talk him into going to see it first before he decides to participate. And last, but not least, the mo that dropped out of my sister's wedding party is getting married. To the boyfriend that got arrested trying to break into the bus or limo. They are having very separate bachelorette parties. The girls are going to Branson, which was described as Vegas if it were run by Ned Flanders. The boys are going to go golfing in Myrtle Beach. My husband and I are invited and will attend. I asked my husband not to get involved if anything crazy kicked off. Thanks for checking in. I will post again in July after the parties if anything of note occurs. I think that covers everything. Comments. International Set 522. I remember your original post and update. It sounds like they all grew up a little. That's good for them, but bad for us. I was hoping for more drama. OP God, I hope so. Legendary Collector. I'll be waiting for The Hangover. Hi diddly ho Branson. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends.